Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Jonathan McDearmid, and I'm Director for Postgraduate Tour Courses in the College of Life Sciences here at the University of Leicester. Today, I'm going to tell you specifically about some of the postgraduate courses we offer within the School of Biological Sciences, which is one of our four schools within the college itself. Okay, before I get to that, I just wanted to highlight the university and where we're at the minute. So we're very proud to have an ongoing history of awards. In fact, we've been had Times Higher Education Awards in 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13, 17, and 18. In addition to that, this year we were awarded University of the Year by the Daily Mail. Particularly, we were recognised for our diversity, teaching quality, student experience, research excellence, graduate outcomes, and social inclusion. And Alistair McGann of the Daily Mail said that Leicester is a model university of the 21st century and one of the best catches in British higher education, providing an outstanding university education. And he also said Leicester was one of the best kept secrets of British higher education, but that's the case no longer. We also were fortunate enough this year to be shortlisted again for the Times Higher Education University of the Year and for the Times Higher Education Awards. So that's the Times and the Sunday Times University of the Year 2025 as well. And this was in recognition of our testament to our commitment to diversity and inclusion. So we're really proud to be, or I'm really proud to be part of this university that's very much on the up, and we're being recognised for the excellent work we're doing in the context of our research. So the government runs an exercise called the Research Excellence Framework. That's REF. The last one was in 2021, so it was REF 2021. And this effectively just rates universities' research performance across the United Kingdom. And overall, our university achieved 30th ranking across the country, which we're very, very proud of as well, which showcases our outstanding research excellence. And in particular, within our college, we had some outstanding results. So for medical research, for instance, our college was ranked second in the country for the quality of the research conducts. And of course, we don't just do research in the university, we also do teaching, and we're very, very proud to have been awarded TEF Gold. So the Teaching Excellence Framework is the teaching equivalent of REF, where universities are ranked on their teaching performance. And we obtained a gold standard, so it's the highest standard you can achieve in TEF in 2023, which is when the last assessment was. And that was predominantly because the experience our students have, as well as the outcomes that they attain, are typically outstanding. So we're really, really proud to be recognised for both our outstanding research and our outstanding teaching at the university. So I'm going to tell you a bit about the biological sciences degrees that we offer within the School of Biological Sciences. Before I get to that, I'll just briefly outline the structure of our school and where it sits within our wider college. So our school, which is Biological Sciences, hopefully you can see that here, sits within the wider College of Life Sciences. So there's 4 schools in total. These schools are responsible for organising and delivering the teaching mission of our college, but they're supported by departments and institutes. So within the departments, we have staff that contribute to teaching, but also conduct their own research. They have their own research labs. And these staff are aligned to various departments that reflect the particular research strengths within biological sciences in our college. And the ones in blue here are highlighted are the ones I'm going to tell you about today that are involved in teaching our programs. So that's genetics, genomics and cancer science, cardiovascular sciences, respiratory sciences, and molecular and cell biology. So these departments are full of staff that do teaching and research, but also many of them are part of one or more of our various institutes and centres that we have within the college. So these bring staff from across different departments together to create a critical mass of particular research focus where the university is particularly strong and has an internationally recognised reputation. So this, again, the ones in blue are the ones that are relevant to the programmes we teach. Precision health, structural and chemical biology, the Cancer Centre, microbial sciences and infectious diseases, and the phage centre as well. So staff from across these institutes, centres and departments all contribute to teaching on the postgraduate programmes I'm going to tell you about today. Okay, so our school sits within the College of Life Sciences, and that's within our Life Sciences quarter, which is based in Leicester. For those of you that aren't aware of where Leicester is, so we're right in the heart of England, right in the middle, hence the term the Midlands. So you can see that highlighted in red here. And within our school, our staff span a number of different buildings across the Life Sciences quarter, which includes the Henry Welton building, the Hodgkin building, the George Davies Centre, and the Adrian building as well. And these buildings are home to our offices, our teaching and study spaces. So there are spaces where we teach and for you to study in, as well as brand new state-of-the-art teaching laboratories that we have for our master's students that were built only about a year ago. Research laboratories where staff run their own research labs when they're not doing their teaching, and social spaces as well. So that's just a bit of an idea of where we sit as a university and where our school sits within the institution itself. Okay, so in terms of the degrees that we currently offer at the postgraduate level, they're all really primarily aimed to do a couple of things. First of all, they're all aimed to develop your skills as an independent laboratory scientist. So they're very much focused on training you up to become an independent researcher in a laboratory setting. And underpinning all of this throughout our programs is the aim to help you meet current bioscience industry needs by really developing your skills in state-of-the-art molecular biology as well as computational techniques. So the programs we currently have on offer in the school are listed in red here. We've got, for those of you that are interested in cancer science, we've got cancer molecular biology and therapeutics. For those that you're interested in disease, microbiology, immunity and infection, we've got immunity, infection and chronic disease. If you're interested in cardiovascular science, we have an MRes program, so a Masters of Research program that focuses on aspects of cardiovascular science in health and disease. If you have a broader interest in the application of genetic tech or molecular techniques to the discipline of genetics, then we have a molecular genetics MSc. And then if you're not so interested in the wet lab, as we call it, so the laboratory research setting, but you're more interested in computational approaches towards the biosciences, we offer a bioinformatics MSc as well. And then finally, we've got 2 new programs coming online for this year, and they really intended to blend wet lab, so laboratory-based research, with dry lab, so computational types of research in the application to particular biological questions. And they are bioinformatics and cancer molecular biology. So this would be ideal to train you up as a well-rounded computational and experimental scientist in the field of cancer research, or bioinformatics and molecular genetics. So a similar thing, but with a focus on genetic applications in both computational and lab settings. And all of this is achieved through underpinning all of our programs really is a strong focus on lab training, which aims to develop your skills throughout the classes, so training you up to develop your practical skills and get you ready for your extended research projects. So the vast majority of our programs have a strong focus on an independent research project. We teach you to the point to get there so you can handle the independent research project, and then you can get your teeth into doing your own independent research aligned with an academic in the school, where you'll do something novel that nobody else has done before and hopefully generate new information that will contribute towards your field. Of course, our focus on really developing you up as a laboratory researcher is underpinned by our commitment to research-inspired education. What does this mean exactly? Well, it means that you'll be taught by staff who are at the forefront of their research field, whether that be cancer research, microbiology, cardiovascular research, immunology, or bioinformatics research. In addition to that, the modules we teach are informed by the research that our staff do. Okay, so you'll be taught by staff who are at the forefront of their field, and their teaching will be informed by the type of research they're doing. And of course, during your project, you'll be embedded in a research laboratory, as I said, doing your own independent research as well. And none of this could happen without access to some outstanding facilities. So I've got a few images of some of the great facilities that we have within our college that students have access to. I won't go through all of them, but we've got an Institute for Precision Health, which is a multi-omics facility for proteomics, transcriptomics, and genomics. We've got this giant thing here that looks like a fridge. This is a cryo-electron microscope for making very high resolution images of protein structure. We've got imaging facilities, electron microscopy facilities. We've got category 3 facilities for biohazards, flow cytometers, histology. We've got protein facilities and preclinical imaging facilities as well for in vivo imaging. So a really wide range of facilities underpins our ability to conduct world-leading research and help train you in your journey towards becoming an independent scientist. And of course, just these little pictures here just illustrate that several of our students go on and actually, through their independent research projects, produce novel data that is then goes into publications in peer-reviewed, internationally recognized journals as well. So many of our students actually attain that as well. Okay, so I just wanted to briefly whip through the structure of our programs. There's quite a few to get through, but I'll just talk about them in a general sense. I guess the first thing I need to say is, for those of you that aren't familiar with the structure of the academic year in UK universities, we have 3 terms. So your degree will be a year long. All of our degrees are full-time within the school, and they're split across 3 terms. So in term 1, which would be September to December, and then we've got term 2, January to April, and then term 3, approximately April to August, so mid-April to approximately August. Now, just to outline the sorts of teaching you'll get throughout the year on these different programs. First of all, for many of our programs, they have a common structure. So if you're interested in cancer, molecular biology and therapeutics, immunity, infection, chronic disease, or molecular genetics, in term 1, all of our students across these programs will come together and they'll undertake the core laboratory techniques module. So this is a 30-credit module where students will work together. So they'll work in groups, developing their laboratory research skills. So we'll train you up. Doesn't matter how much experience you've had in lab research in the past, we'll train you up from the beginning, show you the basics, and then gradually lead you through so that you gain experience, competence, and expertise in a wide range of cutting-edge modern laboratory research approaches. Subsequent to that, students will go off and do 30 credits of specialist modules, so typically 2 15-credit modules, where you'll focus on the theory and the background, but also the application through practical sessions in your chosen speciality, whether that be cancer, infection, immunity, and chronic disease, or molecular genetics. The idea for all of that term 1 training is really to get you ready for term 2, which is where your extended research project will begin. So across terms 2 and term 3, these 2 terms are focused specifically on your independent research project, which is 6 months long. So you'll be embedded in the laboratory of a supervisor, so an academic within the college. You will work with them to develop a research question, and then you will spend 6 months undertaking experiments and doing research towards that question. And then at the end of it, obviously, you write up your dissertation with your findings. So by virtue of the fact that our projects are 6 months long, it really gives you the opportunity to take a deep dive into the research, generate novel data that no one's ever generated before, and ask interesting and important questions that will push back the boundaries of your particular research discipline. For the students who are interested in cardiovascular sciences, we have a very similar structure. So we've got different modules in term 1, but it's the same structure. So 60 credits of courses in term 1, these primarily focusing on cardiovascular aspects of research. And then that leads into 120 credits of projects across terms 2 and terms 3. But for the cardiovascular sciences MREDs, you actually do 2 60-credit projects. So you'll be asked to do 2 3-month projects, one with one supervisor, another with another supervisor. but ultimately you get the same amount of independent laboratory research experience. Okay, and then if you're interested in bioinformatics, slightly different structure to the program I've just talked about, but again in term one, you'll really focus on being trained up in bioinformatics skills, so genome and genome analysis, how you would analyze genetics or genes and genomes using computational approaches. Then moving on to computational approaches to looking at proteins, structure and bioinformatics. And then you'll be led on to a 30-credit programming and advanced topics in bioinformatics course or module where you get a deeper dive into the application of bioinformatics techniques. Term 2, you'll start your first part of what adds up to a 90 credits of research project. So you'll do a 30-credit research project in term 2. That's a steered project, so that's where you work together as a group with other students towards a common project and write up your findings at the end of that. And that's supported by more computational teaching, so algorithms in bioinformatics and Java and databases for bioinformatics as well. And then by the time you've had all that training, hopefully by term 3, you'll be ready to go on and undertake your independent research project, again, where you'll be embedded in the laboratory of an academic, but you'll be working using computational approaches to address bioinformatics questions. And then finally, if you're interested in the application of both experimental and computational approaches to biosciences, then we offer the bioinformatics and cancer, molecular biology and bioinformatics and molecular genetics masters. These really merge some of the key aspects we think you need from across our other programs. So we start off in term 1 with a core training in bioinformatics approaches to the biosciences. That's followed by core laboratory training, so training you up with your lab skills, and then 30 credits focusing on your specialist modules, so that would either be cancer or molecular genetics focused modules. And then finally, you would have a bit of a shorter 60-credit research project in the third term. Okay, so that's just a brief overview of our courses. Just one other thing I want to say is, we've had students go through our programs for many years. They've gone off and done a wide range of things. Just got some examples of the sorts of things our students do. I won't list them all, but we have many students that go on and work in research companies. They could be working in an experimental setting in research companies, but we also have students who've gone off and done other things within research organizations. So for instance, solution management or even managing institutions themselves. We have students who very successfully go on and gain an award for a PhD program. So our training really allows students to get those independent skills and techniques they need to be competitive if they want to stay on in academia and secure funding for a PhD. So we have many students that have gone on and done that. We've even had some that then go on and progress through their postdoctorate and become academics themselves as well. So, but it's not just that. We have students that go off and do medical writing and a wide range of other things in the biosciences sector as well. So it's a really holistic training that hopefully will develop you with the skills you need for whatever your future career ends up being. And of course, it's not just about the education. The university will provide you with a lot of support while you're here. We have an outstanding personal tutor system that's actually run by Raj Patel, who's with us on the call today. So you'll all be assigned a personal tutor. They'll be responsible for looking after your academic as well as your pastoral care, so supporting you in general with whatever problems you face. We get you students to support each other with a focus on group work in many of our taught courses. And they also provide support with employability in the next steps in your future career as well. In addition to that, beyond our school, or beyond the course, I should say, within the school and the wider university, we have a wide range of pastoral support that's available to our students, as well as support from the Students' Union, the Student Support Service, and the Student Welfare Service as well. So that was just a bit of a whistle-stop tour of the programs and what we have to offer in the university. I just wanted to thank you for listening to my talk today. I really hope I would be really excited to see you joining one of our programs. It would be really great to have you join us at the university. Um, our academic experts will undoubtedly provide you with the knowledge and experience that you need to become an independent bioscience researcher. Hopefully, I've impressed that upon you. And our aim, really, and our ambition is to help you build the skills you need to drive your career forward as to whatever that may be.